here today with Mike Josypenko, Senior Director of Special Project at the Institute of Experts. And today's topic is going to be about Brexit. So we hear a lot of political discussion on Brexit, but today Mike is going to have a more business related point of view, and is going to actually give some practical advice on how to get your business ready. So I hope you enjoyed the video.
Hi there. As Sophie said, my name is Mike Josypenko from the Institute of Exports. So we're a professional organisation specialising in knowledge and skills in international trade. So our messages and our mission is to help businesses to trade effectively, profitably, and to understand the practicalities and the rules and the regulations and procedures. So for us, Brexit is a very significant event, and it has been since the referendum. We spend a lot of our time, first of all, lobbying on behalf of our members to government and trying to find a business-friendly solution, but also helping our businesses to prepare for Brexit. Just like to share a couple of points with you about how businesses can think about that. So one of the first things that I would say is think about the practicalities of international trade. A lot of businesses have only ever dealt with the European Union. They've never had any experience of trading beyond the European Union. So they've not necessarily had any involvement around customs procedures, customs tariffs. So if you're in that situation, one thing you should be doing straight away is starting to upskill your business, starting to understand how these things work, look at what customs tariffs would apply for your goods, whether you're exporting them or importing them, and start to understand some of the basics of customs procedures, the types of information that go into customs declarations and the impacts that would have on your business with the EU. One of the other things that I would certainly suggest, it looks quite likely as the settlement unwinds that the origin of goods is going to play a part, particularly if we end up with a solution that thinks around a free trade agreement. Most free trade agreements consider the origin of the goods, so any benefits of a free trade agreement settlement would really apply only for goods that are of UK or EU origin. So it's a good time now to start looking at the origin of your goods, particularly if it's a manufactured product, and particularly if you bring in either components or raw materials either from Europe or from further afield, because there's a possibility at some stage that to get the benefits of any trade agreement with the EU, you may have to be able to demonstrate that your goods are of UK origin, and the rules around origin are quite complex and worth looking at in more detail. So the sooner you start looking at that, the better for as a business. Another thing that's worth bearing in mind is that Brexit isn't going to impact only on your business with the European Union. If you're selling outside the European Union, particularly if you're taking advantage of free trade agreements that the EU has organised, then that is going to be potentially affected as part of the Brexit process. Once we leave the EU, there's a good chance that free trade agreements that the EU has won't be valid for UK companies. So start thinking about how important that is to your business. Is that the basis of some of your business? Is it a big factor, or is it not important at all? I think if nothing else, one thing I would bear in mind, there's an awful lot of negativity around the Brexit process, and it does involve businesses preparing, but our advice is to prepare for the worst case scenario, and I think there's every chance that we'll end up with something better than that. But obviously the more you prepare, then the better you can establish things, and if you get a better solution than you anticipated, then you will come out of it in a more positive frame of mind. But look out for opportunities. There are always opportunities in any scenario. The opportunities that are there may depend on what your product is, who would buy it, but there are always positive aspects to it. So approach Brexit not just as a negative subject, look for the opportunities out there. And stay abreast of developments. The Institute of Export is playing a big role around Brexit. We do regular workshops, we post blogs on the website, so if you want to stay posted on developments with a particular application around international trade and the implication for businesses, do talk to us, look at our websites, or perhaps look at one of our Brexit workshops. So thank you very much for the opportunity to speak.
Thank you very much for watching the video. If you would like to receive more information about how we can support you through Brexit or have more information about the Institute of Experts, please don't hesitate to get in touch with us. Thank you very much.